Hey everyone, welcome to the Not So Legal Show. I've got Joe Francis, the best hip hop lyric, and a bit of a cheerleading dilemma we'll have to talk about. I've also got conversations with a lawyer, so stay tuned for the Not So Legal Show. Hey everyone, welcome to the Not So Legal Show. As you know, I'm from Dallas, and my husband and I are going in a couple of weeks for the Texas State Fair. However, there also is a cheerleader reunion at my high school, and my sister seems to think it would be really funny for me to wear my uniform to this thing. And I have told her that it's clearly a bad idea. But I am going to film it and I'm going to show it to you guys because I think it's kind of a funny idea going back to a cheerleader reunion. So for any cheerleaders out there, feel free to write in and ask me a legal question. And if you have attended your own cheerleader reunion, please send me pictures of it. A while back, I did a post about Joe Francis and I called him a scumbag. However, Joe Francis is back in the news. I had to just throw this in really quick because I kind of think this case is a funny one. So Steve Wynn sued Joe Francis for defamation because Joe made some comment that Steve said that he was going to bury him in the desert because of his gambling issues. Well, now Joe Francis is owed $20 million to Steve Wynn. Apparently punitive damages are also being decided, so another $10 or $11 million could be added on top of that. I've got to say, for a guy who has made his living the way that Joe Francis has made his living, I am glad that this case went in Steve Wynn's favor. Now it's time for... My friend Chris is a partner at a big law firm in Los Angeles, and they do all types of law and particularly handle issues with business types of clients. One of the issues that a lot of businesses deal with is whether to classify someone as an independent contractor or an employee. So I thought, let's ask Chris 5 questions about this topic and see what he has to say about it. What is the difference between an employee or an independent contractor? Now, according to Chris, there is not a bright line on this issue. The states and federal courts have a lot of different factors that they look at to decide how somebody should be classified. One key area, though, is the control that the principal has over the person working and how the worker perceives this control. Who decides if I'm an employee or an independent contractor? Now, ultimately, the principal person that hires the worker is deciding this. However, according to Chris, there are governmental agencies like the IRS, like the Employment Development Department and others, along with state and federal courts, that really do decide these bright line tests that people can look to decide how they are classified. In California, employers can go to a court to have them decide how a worker should be classified. However, it does take a little bit of time. Now, what do I do if someone is paying me as an independent contractor and I feel that I'm an employee? Chris felt very strongly about this, in that if you feel you've been misclassified, one of the things that you do want to do when you go to work every day is bring a journal with you and write down what your duties are, what your boss is telling you to do, and what the job experience is like. Because if you decide to bring a claim to figure out what status you are, the court will look at a lot of these factors. Hired me for 10 hours a week to do work around his house. Am I an employee or an independent contractor? Of course, the ultimate lawyer answer is it depends. Is it better to be considered an independent contractor or an employee? Generally, for the worker, they do want to be classified as an employee because there's more protections for employees. There's state agencies that can help if there's an issue. However, on the employer side, you save money by having more independent contractors because you're not having to pay payroll tax. There's some insurance issues with work comp that sometimes you don't have to necessarily have work comp for an independent contractor. So there's benefits to both sides. For those of you who have more questions for Chris, email me and I'll put you guys in touch. Now it's time for the best hip hop lyric, and I've got to go with a female rapper by the name of Sabrina. She's got a new mixtape out called Something Like a Mixtape, and her voice is really unique and kind of raspy. Definitely check it out. That's it for now. Always remember to honor your power and stay tuned for the next video posting. Honey, I hear you over there. Honey, I don't have a mark. Well, how am I? I know where to stand. I already remember it. Okay. I am. Honey, I am. The red camera is on. The light is on. This is totally going into my video, side note.